Hey, what is up guys? Monday here, back with another EU LCS analysis video for you. Today we're going to be looking at Fnatic versus Roccat, a very interesting game with both teams being pretty much even right up until the end. So we're going to look at this game and see if we can figure out how this game swung in Fnatic's favor. In this first clip, we're going to take a look at Rockat's attempt at securing first blood on Peke in the mid lane. Overpower is going to jump on Peke as Jankos comes in. Peke is going to do a really nice escape play. He's going to use that speed up on Orianna. He's going to flash. He's going to get out of range. Overpower is also going to flash to try and catch up, but a shield from Cyanide and that combined with Peke's shield is way too much shield for Overpower to be able to finish Peke off. Jankos is going to body slam the wall. He's not going to be able to get the barrel out. Annie is going to come down from top lane, going to secure that kill. Unfortunately, the kill did actually go to Annie there, and the double buff also did go to Annie. So this isn't going to be as useful as it could have been for Fnatic, but at least they did get a kill, they did get first blood, they did get some assists, and they did take double buff away from Rockat's jungler. In this clip, we're going to be seeing Fnatic moving up to the top lane where Xaxus is. They're going to try and kill him, push this lane out, and maybe even take an inhibitor. At best, they're going to try and take 2 turrets. Unfortunately, Xaxus holds them up a bit too long. This means that Roccat, which are doing the exact same mid lane after seeing Fnatic, they're going to decide to push the mid lane out while Fnatic push the top. But Roccat get onto this turret way before Fnatic get onto the top in the turret, meaning Roccat will get to Fnatic's inhibitor first. Peke noticed this instantly on recalled, meaning it's now Peke and Reckless defending the turrets back at base. But Peke gets caught, Peke is going to die. This means now that Fnatic can't keep pushing, they have to come back, they have to defend this inhibitor. Reckless gets a really nice kill on Vander. Roccat decide, okay, we got the extra turret, we got their inhibitor turret, Fnatic didn't get ours, we're going to back off, we'll take that as a win, we'll play it safe, we'll take the objective advantage, and we'll back off. Okay, so what we're going to see here is Fnatic taking a really sneaky Baron. You got Cyanide down in the pit, you got Reckless up on that high ground. It's 30 minutes into the game, so these two guys definitely have enough damage to 2-man Baron here. And it was a really good move too, because at this point, Roccat were playing really well, and it looked like it was going to be a long game, but it was starting to look like Roccat would actually take this one. But Fnatic take the Baron, they get the advantage, and in the next clip we're going to see them sieging. Overpower is going to come in, he's going to try and take it, but unfortunately it fails. Okay, so here we're going to be seeing Fnatic sieging it up at Rockat's mid lane inhibitor turret. They're going to use that Baron buff that they really slyly took in the last clip. Yellowstar is going to go in, he's going to use the ulti stun onto Jankos. Jankos gets pulled away by a beautiful lantern. Soaz gets caught. He is going to die. That is beautiful. We're going to see Fnatic have to back off now. They don't have their tank anymore. Cyanide isn't tanky enough alone. Here comes the man drop out of Overpower. He gets stunned as soon as he comes in, but it did a nice bit of damage and it helped them catch up. Cyanide is going to have to flash, but he flashes right into that giant trophy. A beautiful kick comes out, actually hits 3 members of Roccat. A beautiful shockwave, actually, catching 2 people there. Salivar flashed forward really aggressively, and he is going to die for it. Cyanide is going to die, but he's going to take Overpower with him. It is just Peke alive. The hook from Vander misses. Peke is doing insane amounts of damage, and is somehow still alive. Jankos is going to have to back off. Peke nearly dead. He's going to use those amazing speed ups and those amazing shields again to back off. But Vander is coming up from behind. We're going to see a flash hook here. There it is. Boom. Absolute max range hook. Catches onto Peke. Peke is going to die. Yellowstar ran away right at the beginning of that fight. He didn't want any part of that. And that is going to be a win for Roccat. So right here, we're going to be seeing both teams making their way over to Baron because it's about to spawn in just a minute. What you're going to see is Roccat are going to jump onto Reckless and try and kill him as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, Cyanide is going to absorb the ace in the hole and he is going to survive. A shockwave comes out onto Jankos. It is going to contribute to him being absolutely deleted. You're going to see both Cyanide and Soaz making their way over to Salivar. They're going to try and kill him, the AD carry for Roccat. He's got a lot of shield on him right now and he is going to take some more damage, but he is unfortunately going to die. This is 3 members dead for Roccat. This is not good news. Soaz is going to chase Vander for about 2 minutes here, but that's irrelevant. 3 members dead for Roccat, win for Fnatic. What we're going to see here is we're going to see Rockat's first Baron of the game. We're going to see Cyanide waiting up there on the high ground to try and set up the steal. Yellowstar is going to come down, place some wards to get Cyanide that vision. You're going to see the Super Mega Death Rocket come by. It's going to miss. It's going to hit Salivar, but it didn't hit the Baron like it was supposed to. Cyanide doesn't get the steal. Roccat get that. Soaz is going hard onto the AD carry, which forces 2 members of Roccat to help protect their AD carry because he did get very low. He nearly died, but thanks to Jankos and Xaxus, Soaz has to back off. He lands a beautiful cleaver onto Salivar. He is still going to get away, though. He's very low. Cyanide is still chasing. He's going to go in with his Q. Not going to get anywhere near the AD carry, unfortunately. You got Man Drop coming in from Pantheon, and Roccat are going to start to turn this one around. Cyanide Cyanide is low, he's having to back off. So as his positioning was quite bad there, he was behind his team, he couldn't get to his team. Cyanide is going to drop from a barrel. Roccat are going to turn that one around, they're going to get themselves 2 kills, both Peke and Cyanide. Here we're going to be seeing Fnatic moving up to that high ground Baron area, but mostly they're going to be making their way up to top lane where overpower is really extended. Fnatic are going to use that Talisman of Ascension to get that speed buff. They're going to go in, they're going to absolutely lock overpower completely up using that Jinx, Chompers, and the stun to make sure he isn't going anywhere. He is going to die. It is now a 4v5, and a lot of the damage is in overpower for Roccat, and he is now dead. Soaz is going to find Celavar, also extended in the mid lane. He is going to give chase onto him. Soaz is simply too tanky for Celavar to even attempt to try and kill. He is going to get away with a lantern though. But while this was happening, Fnatic have started Baron. It is half dead. All of the remaining people for Roccat were over by Celavar trying to protect him from Soaz. Meanwhile, that Baron is going to go to Fnatic. So right here, we're going to see Fnatic sieging up the top lane. They're going to use that Baron buff that they really successfully took in the last clip. The inhibitor is nearly down. Peke goes in on Jankos. Jankos has to Zhonya's. Meanwhile, Reckless and Cyanide go in onto Celavar. He gets kicked onto Jinx's Chompers to get locked up. He still manages to nearly get away. Soaz comes in. He's going to throw out the cleaver. He is going to die. Peke is going to Zhonya's the stun from Pantheon. Roccat are now in full retreat. They're going to go back. They're going to try and heal up using those home guards to get that really quick instant health. Get back out there with the speed as well. The trophy comes down right into the middle of 4 members. That top Nexus turret is going to die. There's only going to be 1 Nexus turret remaining here. Roccat are still taking damage. Fnatic have that Baron buff so that they can regen health and stick around. Mandrop is going to be used on the backline here to try and push Fnatic back. Both Nexus turrets, meanwhile, have fallen. Peke gets absolutely deleted, but Overpower dies. Fnatic are now on the inhibitor. Soaz is doing a great job of zoning Roccat. This is going to be the game for Fnatic. It has been a very interesting game, and we're going to take a look at what really made Fnatic win this game in the next section. Okay, so now that we've seen the key parts of the game, let's talk about what made this game go in Fnatic's favor. As you saw, this was a really close game, both Roccat and Fnatic getting even trades very frequently. Roccat were doing really well at one point. It looked like that they were actually going to win really slowly if they kept playing the way that they were. But what really turned it around was that first sneaky Baron from Fnatic. Fnatic was slowly getting pushed back. Roccat were taking the objective advantage. They were nearly catching up in terms of money. It was close all game anyway, but Roccat nearly started taking a lead in the money. But that first really sneaky Baron from Fnatic meant that Roccat got scared. They had to stop pushing. They had to get back and wait for Fnatic to start sieging. They were expecting Fnatic to start sieging any moment, but Fnatic really didn't. They really waited. They really used that Baron buff completely. They used all of the time on it. They farmed up, they took some objectives, they just chilled for a bit, and then they went in toward the end of the Baron buff to start sieging. And if you were paying attention, of course, you would have noticed that they actually didn't successfully siege. They wiped. They all died, except for Yellowstar. He was the only one to get away because he ran away when the engage started. But so that may make you think that the Baron buff really didn't do too much for Fnatic, but it did. Like I said, it made Roccat scared. It made them stop pushing. They stayed back. And really, that's all I have to say here, because that is what changed the game. That's what turned the game around and put Fnatic really heavily in the lead, because they made Roccat sit back and not continue to build up the momentum that they had been previously. And then, of course, even though Roccat did get a Baron later on, 3 of them died right after taking the Baron buff. And then, of course, Fnatic get that last Baron, the 3rd Baron of the game. They siege with that. They get a really nice engage onto Jankos. He has to Zhonya's. They get a really nice engage at the exact same time onto Celavar. He nearly gets away, but Soaz with a TP into a really well-placed ward makes sure that Celavar dies. And from there, that was 2 kills for Fnatic. They push out, they get the 2 Nexus turrets, and they take the Nexus. And that was the game for Fnatic. So, yep, that one first sneaky Baron really, really, really helped Fnatic. They really pretty much denied any more momentum coming up from Roccat. They made them sit back, they made them scared, they made them have to defend and expect a siege, which didn't come until late. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. This has been an EU LCS highlight analysis and breakdown of Fnatic versus Roccat. I hope to see you in future videos.